In Eine's village, there was one rule everyone knew from childhood. When the drum sounds at midnight, do not step outside. No one explained it clearly. No one questioned it. Parents warned their children. Elders repeated it with serious faces. And life went on. Eine grew up hearing the drum too. Low, slow, heavy. Boom, boom, boom. Every midnight, it echoed through the village like a reminder. But Eine was different. She was not careless. She was not proud. She was simply tired. Tired of waiting. Tired of rules no one could explain. Tired of fear controlling her life. While others stayed indoors at night, Eine stayed awake, staring at the ceiling, thinking about her dreams. She wanted more from life. More than farming the same land. More than obeying rules just because that's how it has always been. People often said she thought too much. You ask too many questions, they told her. Peace comes from obedience. But Eine noticed something. Those who obeyed the rule were safe. Yet many were unhappy. They survived, but they never truly lived. And every night, when the drum sounded, Eine felt something inside her tighten. Not fear. Frustration. She wondered, what if the rule was never meant to protect us forever? What if it was meant to test us? One night, as the drum began again at midnight, Eine stood up. Her heart was beating fast. Her hands were shaking. This time, she did not cover her ears. She did not hide under her blanket. She walked toward the door. And for the first time in her life, she reached for the handle. The drum grew louder. Boom, boom, boom. Eine's hand froze on the door. Every warning she had ever heard rushed back into her mind. Stories of people who disappeared. Whispers of bad luck. Fear passed down like inheritance. Her body wanted to sit back down. Fear always sounds like wisdom when it speaks. But another voice spoke too. A quieter voice. How long will you let fear decide your life? Eine thought of her days. The routines. The waiting. The dreams she kept postponing because the time never felt right. She realized something painful. The drum had not only controlled their nights. It had controlled their lives. Slowly, Eine opened the door. Cold night air touched her face. Nothing happened, just silence, and the drum. She stepped outside. Each step felt heavy, like she was breaking something inside herself. She expected fear to swallow her whole. Instead, she felt awake. The moon was bright. The village was calm. The drum continued, but now it felt distant. Eine looked around and saw something she had never seen before. Paths beyond the village. Roads no one talked about. Opportunities hidden behind fear. For the first time, Eine understood. The drum was not a threat. It was a warning about timing. Midnight was not a curse. It was a moment that required courage. As she stood there, she noticed lights turning on behind windows. Eyes watching her. Someone had seen her. And once fear is challenged, it can never fully return. By morning, the village was restless. Eine had broken the rule, and nothing terrible had happened. People were confused. Some were angry. Some were curious. Others were afraid of what this meant. The elders called her foolish. You endangered us all, they said. But Eine did not argue. She simply lived. Days passed. Weeks passed. And something strange happened. She became confident. Focused. Clear about what she wanted. She started new work. She explored the paths beyond the village. She brought back ideas, connections, and opportunities. Meanwhile, those who mocked her stayed the same. Still waiting. Still afraid. Still blaming rules for lives they never tried to change. Slowly, people noticed. The same drum still sounded every midnight. But now, some people listened differently. One by one, people realized the truth. The rule had value, but blind obedience had become a cage. Eine never told anyone to break the rule. She never forced anyone outside. She simply showed them what was possible. And that was enough. Years later, Eine became a name people respected. Not because she broke a rule, but because she understood it. The drum still sounded at midnight. But now it meant something new. It reminded people to pause. To think. To choose intentionally. Some nights, staying inside was wisdom. Other nights, stepping out was growth. The lesson was never about the drum. It was about knowing when fear protects you, and when it limits you. Aini learned that rules are guides, not gods. Tradition is a foundation, not a prison. And courage does not mean recklessness, it means awareness. Many people live their whole lives obeying rules they never examined, waiting for permission that never comes, afraid of moments that could change everything. But growth often happens at uncomfortable times, at midnight moments, when no one is cheering you on. Aini's story spread quietly, not as a warning, but as a reminder. Sometimes, the biggest change in your life begins when you question the fear you've been taught to respect. And sometimes, the drum is not calling you to hide. It's calling you to wake up.